When you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. Hi, I'm HC, and watching this video until the end will help you understand yourself deeper than you understand it now. Stay tuned. Throughout life's journey, there are many influences constantly trying to sway you in their favor, albeit some influences may be more positively experienced than others. Being swayed or influenced can take a toll on your mental, spiritual, and your physical state of being. This is why it is important to know how to stand your ground, despite urges towards temptation and suggestive enticement. Being easily swayed or not being able to hold your word and stand your ground encourages a perpetual state of confusion, lack of self-awareness, and of self-knowledge. In contrast, knowing how to stand your ground builds character by providing clarity via self-knowledge when difficult decisions need to be made. Knowing how to stand your ground will help you trust yourself more and will thus mutually help with your relationships, because when you have your own back, others can trust that you are able to have theirs. Therefore, knowing how to stand your ground is a very important factor on the journey of you becoming your best you. So, without further ado, here are the steps on how to stand your ground. Step 1. Assess the situation. To assess the situation means to thoroughly consider and analyze the situation in order to make a judgment about what it is that you are facing. Think, are you in danger? Or are you afraid to stand your ground because of the illusion of fear? Is your life really being threatened? Or is it your perception of reality that is triggering your fight or flight response? To properly assess the situation is to consider all influencing factors, such as a person's motive, their intentions, and their character, but most importantly, considering your emotions, morals, values, and your principles. Often, we believe that it is difficult for us to stand our ground because of our invalid perception of a lived situation. We think, if I don't respond how they want me to respond, what if they don't like me anymore? Or, if I don't respond as expected, maybe I'll be wrong. Without a proper assessment of the situation, we can easily begin to live our lives in a perpetual state of fear of the things we are told, rather than ever being able to experience a fulfilled life. Once a proper assessment is made, it simplifies your choices and thus encourages appropriate action. Assessing the situation will help you realize that although danger is real, all fear, in essence, is illusion-based. Step 2. Be humble. To be humble in this context means to take an unassuming approach when you feel that you are being influenced or even manipulated. When we come to realize that we are being swindled or being used, it is common to feel a shock, but still not immediately know how to react or what to do because of the reality's unexpected nature. To take a humble approach means to remain composed despite your sudden realization in order to better think and take action going forward. Being humble means to accept the situation for what it is and not to react emotionally in defense of your pride, but rather to make respectful decisions based on your morals, values, and principles. A modest and unpretentious approach will help you consider all factors at play, which will help you make your decisions logically with your mind as opposed to emotionally with your heart. We often worry about the potential consequences of our actions, fearing the repercussions to established relationships and understandings. Taking a humble approach helps you circumvent these worries and fears, because it is the opposite of reacting in a rash and vile way, despite the feeling that that way of reacting may be warranted. Always be humble. Step 3. Respect yourself. It's okay to say no. Always remember, a difference in opinion is not disrespect. Furthermore, all respect begins with self-respect, because how much can you really respect someone else if you don't even respect yourself? Respecting yourself is essential to standing your ground, because it is accepting that you are just as human as anyone else, and you deserve to be treated as such. Respecting yourself includes knowing when to and being able to say no to things that you do not believe in, or that you do not yet fully understand and accept. It is important to note that not because everyone is doing something that you have to do it too. Everyone could very well be a bit crazy. You have a voice of your own, and it would be a disservice to our world for you to not sincerely express your truth. Despite fears and feelings of discomfort, standing your ground builds character. Character is a collective term for the qualities that you have or don't have that set you apart from other people. In the long run, your character will continue to help you decide between what you think is right and what you think is wrong. Always respect yourself. Step 4. Trust your gut. To trust your gut means to accept that, deep down, you always already know. Trusting your gut is your immediate understanding of something without it having to be broken down or explained. Trusting your gut is an important element to standing your ground because it means to follow through with your inner voice as opposed to quickly succumbing to foreign influences. To trust your gut reciprocally means to trust your judgment because it is the confidence that your actions will reflect what you truly felt and believed in that moment. In layman terms, it's saying, you know before you know, and you know that you know this. It's just for you to accept it. There is only one you. Have faith in who you have become thus far. Step 5. Eliminate expectations. Removing expectations doesn't mean lowering your bar. Rather, it means letting go of unnecessary pressure. Always remember, when you feel relaxed, composed, and collected, you become able to execute and make decisions at your best. This is a very important step to standing your ground because it means to act modestly, as opposed to acting in consequence to what you believe will happen as a result of you succumbing to someone else's will. In certain circumstances, we end up complying or being influenced because we don't want to miss out. We thus make decisions without truly considering ourselves because of what we think will be on the other side of that decision. Always remember, every cause has its effect and every action has its reaction. Think, what do I expect my actions to provide? Am I in control of that result? Or is that control out of my hands? Acting out of expectation encourages a vile life because your actions cease to come from a genuine place. Always remember, you don't need anything that you don't have, especially when it has you doubting your character. Step 6. Face your fears. What do you fear that has you bending to the will of others at the whim of a request or suggestion? Do you fear not fitting in? Do you fear being alone? Is it that you fear not having anyone believe that you are someone worthy of praise and respect? What is it that you fear? This step is one to be evaluated and considered before faced with the influence. Always remember, the battle is always won before it is fought. As quoted by Sun Tzu in the infamous book, The Art of War, in times of peace, prepare for war. Therefore, beforehand, think of opposing influences as a war for influence over the property of your mind. Think, how would you face adversity and influence? What would you do to get the upper hand? Do you really care about having the upper hand? What are the things that you do care about? Are those things in danger? What are you willing to negotiate? What do you stand for? Prepare, then execute. As quoted by American rap artist Fabulous, when you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. So that's it, Howell family. Those are the 6 steps on how to stand your ground and to start moving forward in your life today. Thank you for watching this video until the end. You are appreciated. Post a comment below to let people know how knowing how to stand your ground has helped you on your journey to fulfillment. Like and share this video with a loved one or someone that you feel needs to know how to better stand their ground. Also, consider subscribing to this channel if you haven't already. I will see you here next time on Howell Consultations, the how-to being true to you.